Hey everybody, it's Mama Soul Doc here. I want to talk to you today about a funny topic, laziness. I want to talk about being a lazy therapist. So you all know that I'm Dr. Alapin, so I have spent tons of time studying. I definitely am not a lazy person. However, I want to tell you that when it comes to the huge miraculous success that I have with my clients, I am kind of lazy, and this is what I mean. Traditional hypnosis, old school hypnosis, would assume something like a client needs, 6 to 10 sessions, and I'm gonna figure out what they need to hear and what visualizations, what kind of language patterning. I'm gonna do all of this work to help this person get their result. And I was practicing that way for quite a while, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because you have to prepare, you have to, be present even when the client has their eyes closed. There's this whole production that needs to go on, basically. So I'm not saying that's not effective. Lots of people have had success with it. I would say the success rate is quite a bit lower than what I'm about to talk about. So the lazy therapist knows that they don't know. The lazy therapist knows that the client has a problem and that if they could solve their problem, they would have done so. So one thing that I know is that they don't know how to do it. However, that being said, I also know that I don't know why they have the problem or what solution would actually help them the most. So when I say being a lazy therapist, what I'm saying is don't prepare to solve a problem that's not your own. Don't prepare to help somebody with the tools you think are going to help, because you don't know what subconscious on the other side wants to say back to you. You don't know what kind of solution the person needs. You don't even know if the solution the person comes up with or that solves their problem has a direct correlation to the reason they have the problem. So, a conventional therapist or a hypnotherapist might say, well, once I know what the root cause is, I can figure out the way out of it. But how do you even know that? Where is it written that a person who's had X and Y needs, Z and P? That's just an assumption, right? It's just a way of saying, well, I'm the one who has expertise and you just sit back and wait for me to work my magic on you. So what I've discovered is that that's an old school mentality, and I spent a lot of time in old school mentality. There's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. But the fact is, we're living, at the edge of AI. We're living in the quantum moment right now. Things do not have to keep being so long-winded as they used to be. And so what I found is that by giving up my ego and my assumption that I know how to help you, I help you a lot faster and a lot easier. So when I'm talking about being a lazy therapist or not bringing my preparation, I'm kind of joking, because of course I'm highly prepared. Of course I'm, working many angles of my character and my business whenever I deal with the client and my professionalism. At the same time, I'm not bringing it so much that I pretend that I can help you, not knowing anything about who you are or what you need. So lazy therapy is kind of the opposite of highly industrially prepared. It's stopping to listen, asking the right questions, conversing with the subconscious, allowing the subconscious of the subject or the client to do the magical thing that it does. And I'm 100% sure, 1,000,000% sure, that's why the quality of my sessions is so high, and that's why the speed of my results is so unbelievably fast. It's because I have a radical trust, not only in my ability to communicate with your subconscious, but I have radical trust that your subconscious is going to reveal why it's suffering. And once it does that, it's going to find a way out of it as well. So just to give an example before I sign off here, if somebody comes, say, with abuse or PTSD from narcissism, for example, in the old school mentality, we would do something like, a visualization that took the offender or the abuser and put them in a rocket ship and sent them away, or, explode a grenade near them or something like that. You would do something to allow the mind to reposition itself with respect to this offensive party. But when you step back and think about it, it kind of becomes a little silly and ridiculous on one level, because how could I know what image would be helpful? How could I even know that that doesn't make it worse for you, or that it doesn't take you somewhere that is not helpful? So the method I use now, the advanced conversational hypnosis, which I'm also teaching at the beginning of May in case you want to learn how to do it, is going to do something different than imposing that image. It's going to draw out what pieces of that story need healing, need processing, and it's going to invite the subconscious of the subject to figure out that exit strategy. And of course, I'm going to do it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there guiding you. I'm like a Sherpa for the mind, right? So it's not that you have to do it alone. It's that we're going to do it in symbiosis, and that's where the magic happens. So that's what I mean by lazy therapy. It means that I'm not going to boss you around. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to make you close your eyes and walk down a staircase or any of that, unless it comes up naturally. So I'm kind of joking about being a lazy therapist, but I kind of am not, because I really think that's the cutting edge of hypnosis and the therapy world in general, is knowing that healing is possible and trusting that. So I'm going to teach this method the first weekend of May. If you want to learn it, if you want to learn how to engage the subconscious mind of your clients, of your staff, of your family, there's a way you can do it without a lot of work, without a bunch of effort and preparation. So I'm going to teach you the lazy method. So if you want to learn that, go ahead and send me a DM and I'll set you up with some information. If you have other questions about this or anything else, just send me a message. This is Maya, Mama Soul Doc in Montreal, and thank you so much for listening.